It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the First News newspaper. The major story here says, finally, INEC ends Adamawa Guba election debacle. Finally, INEC ends Adamawa Guba election debacle. And some riders declares Fintiri winner as court declines Binani's motion against commission. Declares Fintiri winner as court declines Binani's motion against commission. You'll find all the details of this story on the front page of the First News newspaper. We'll move to the front page of this day newspaper now. After foiling a brazen electoral coup, INEC declares that Fintiri re-elected. After foiling a brazen electoral coup, INEC declares Fintiri re-elected. All the details on the front page of this day newspaper. To the Daily Trust now. Fintiri wins Adamawa governorship election. We are all winners, governor is speaking. INEC seeks prosecution of resident electoral commissioner. Binani denies bribing electoral officer 2 billion naira. All the details on the front page of the Daily Trust. To the Punch newspaper now. Adamawa Governor Fintiri floors Binani. INEC takes Rex case to Buhari. Fintiri polls 430,861 votes to defeat APC candidate, 13 others. PDP supporters jubilate. Mike.
All right, I have this Nigeria here, and it's towing the same line with the stories from Adamawa State. It says, Fintiri knocks out Binani, clinches Adamawa governorship seat. You made history happen, governor tells electorate. An APC candidate presses case in court. Okay, that's this Nigeria. Now let's move to Blueprint. All right, Blueprint is saying, like Mama Taraba, Binani loses bid to be first female governor. Fintiri emerges Adamawa governor-elect. Okay, that's what the Blueprint there has. From there, let's go to the Nation newspaper. INEC, IG hammer wreck CP as court halts Binani. INEC, IG hammer wreck CP as court halts Binani. That's what the Nation newspaper there has. And then from there, let's go to Nigeria News Direct. Nigeria News Direct says, tackle oil theft, gas supply debt payment. All right, IOCs to President-elect Tinubu lament 40% drop in gas for NLNG. Okay, that's what News Direct has. And then from there, we go to Nature News. Nature News says, we've provided tools for incoming government to guide Nigeria's energy future. Buhari is saying this. We've provided tools for incoming government to guide Nigeria's energy future. And that's by President Muhammadu Buhari. Business Day is the last one we're looking at now. Higher motor insurance premiums for Nigerians' interest in claims. Right? Higher motor insurance premiums for Nigerians' interest in claims. Right? That's what we have, Veronica.
All right, let's look at this story coming out of Adamawa. Finally, INEC was able to sort things out yesterday, declaring the incumbent governor as the winner of the election. He polled 430,861 votes to defeat his closest rival, Aishatu Binani Dahiru. And the court also, threw out her case that was brought before it. Now, so many interesting developments, Mike, I must say, but bottom line is that INEC has sorted everything out. And governance is what the state will focus on now.
Yes, it was important for INEC to follow up that development very assiduously and ensure that everything is resolved and on time.
Yes.
Because tension had generated in Adamawa State, and if it is left like that, nobody knows what was going to happen in the next 1 day or 2 days. So it was quite instructive for INEC to move swiftly to try to handle what was going on. Now, this even shouldn't have happened in the first place. If the right thing was done, the right process was done. Because we had talked about it here on the day it happened. We started talking about this from Monday, where we said that in the first place, nobody else has the right, has the power, has the authority to declare a candidate, especially a governorship candidate, as winner if it is not the if it's not the returning officer. And there's a returning officer for this election. So the institution where INEC, Resident Electoral Commissioner of INEC, declares a candidate, it's a nullity from the beginning. So there's nothing to even talk about it. So Senator Binani going to court, you look at it, you'd be like, it shouldn't even be in the first place. You know what this thing is. There's no
You
point.
should know.
You should know.
Yeah.
Because the point there is that this is somebody who has experience, who has been in House of Reps, who has also contested and being a senator. So the issue there is that you are a lawmaker. You know what the laws are. So the point there is that somebody of her caliber should understand the system. The point there is that, of course, that when you are a lawmaker, you make laws, you understand the laws. When you become a politician, then you behave like a politician. But the point there is that the makeup of who we are should always reflect what we stand for any day at any time. So it shouldn't be when we are politicians, we behave like politicians. When we are lawmakers, we behave like lawmakers. When we are in Rome, behave like a Roman. That's what it shouldn't be like that. Right. Because we should know you for something. Yeah. We should know you for the integrity that you stand for. Because for Binani, she wielded a very appreciable goodwill from Nigerians. In fact, here in Lagos, I know of some celebrities, some TV personalities who were planning to attend her inauguration if she wins, because she was going to be the first female governor, first elected female governor in Nigeria if she had won. So a lot of persons were rooting for her. But the point there is, as much as they were rooting for her, it has to be done right.
Of course.
Right? If you check the numbers, the outcome of the votes, the figures, you discover that she actually wielded a lot of support.
Yeah, the margin was still close. She garnered a high level of support, which tells that going forward, if she's consistent, she has what it takes to still clinch the governorship ticket or seat of Adamawa State in the future. But for this one, Adamawa people have spoken, and it is clear. If there is any, like we have said to any other person who didn't win election, if you feel that at the course of this election, some things happened, either your supporters were intimidated, or there were irregularities, or there were stuffing, or whatever kind of manipulation you think you saw, gather all of them and go to court. If you go to court and you are able to provide evidence that are enough and beyond
adequate,
reasonable doubt,
then it will make Adamawa State join the other 8 states that are off-season, that conduct off-season elections. And then you become governor. So all of that thing is there. So the way everything went it shouldn't even have been in the first place. It was an embarrassment to Nigeria. It was an embarrassment to INEC, an embarrassment to all voters. And I think even to her person. Maybe she didn't see it that way, but whatever the thing is, it shouldn't even have happened in the first place. Because these things are very clear. They're very straightforward.
Whoever advised her to take that route did not do well at all. I want to believe that some persons must have, because it showed desperation. It showed that you were trying to be smart by half. But then there was
through the back door.
But then there is a process. I mean, how do we declare you and how do you claim you were declared when we did not have the figures? You know, the counting was still going on, and you were saying that you have been declared, and so INEC cannot nullify what has already been said, and that it was usurping the powers of what now? So I think that she needs to sit back and, go back to the drawing board and look at where she had failed, and perhaps even speak to the people for them to understand her position, because I believe that there is somewhere in the minds of these persons who really mean good for her, who really mean to understand why, because a lot of persons were disappointed. She garnered the support to the extent that a party, the Labour Party, had to collapse their structure to show her some support. She garnered that support. She needs to speak to her supporters to make them understand why she went that route and perhaps seek their forgiveness and understanding that they can work together again. Now, this will make people have that level of support, shoulder support for her, and have confidence in her that perhaps she was trying to avoid a situation that happened in Taraba at the time, and that was why she went that route. But then we cannot endorse irregularity.
Yeah, well, the situations in Taraba State
is different.
It's different.
It's different.
Quite different.
Yes, but she was just trying to be.
Yeah.
You know, make an impact or something.
The point there is, if in fact, let us be frank, in her situation, if there was a situation where, or there were tendencies where she was being rigged out of the system, people would have voiced out for her.
Yes, because of the kind of support they have.
Even from outside of Adamawa State, people would have voiced out for her because she already got that kind of goodwill, support from Nigerians, even those who were not going to vote, those who are not even going, who are not in Adamawa State. She had gotten that kind of support naturally. So the point there is, the support she has was dented. The goodwill, the image, the perception she had was dented with that. Because the point, like you said, if somebody had advised her, she in herself had the capacity to say, no, let's not do it this way, because I still have a stake. The stakes are high up there, and I still have interest. Even if we don't win this one, there are possibilities for us to win in the future. Now, the point there is, they were not the only, her and the Governor Fintiri were not the only contestants.
Absolutely.
The APC and PDP were not the only political parties at the governorship election.
There were others.
So there were others. So the point there is, if she was able to garner this kind of support at this level, then there is a possibility of saying, okay, then it means we have the tendency, we can win. So what she does now, going to get the support of other political parties,
and holding on to that goodwill is key,
and ensuring that we go into the next round of election after this one together
in 4 years,
would have gone a long way. In fact, some persons had said that
can still go a long way. She has a chance.
Of course, she has a chance. She still has a chance.
Yes,
she still has a chance.
That's why I want her to speak.
Some persons had even said that. In fact, we'll be talking to a lawyer soon. Some persons had even said that for her to even have gone to court on this kind of circumstance, she should be fined. Some persons have said it was an abuse of a court proceedings. Because the point there is, you know that what you did, what was done was illegal from the start.
An illegality right from
and then you went ahead to even try to legitimize it by going to court. Going to court over an illegality, well, a lawyer will enlighten us in that regard.
Yes, you will explain better to us what that is about. But I believe that this window she has, she needs to speak to her supporters immediately. She shouldn't waste time and apologize to them for what the steps she had taken so that she can still hold on to that goodwill that she has. Let's